Hello, my name's Deborah Dick, and I'm a junior with Columbia College, currently working on a degree in psychology. For that degree, it requires that I have a speech class, and I'm currently enrolled in that class right now. While it is a requirement, it is something I wanted to improve on my public speaking abilities anyway. Now, the way I'm going to talk today is I'm going to talk about a strength, some weaknesses, and what I can do to improve on those weaknesses to work and make my public speaking better. Moving into the strength I've got is I've had some experience giving speeches in front of groups, not just speeches, but just talking in front of groups anyway. But the first one is I used to be a lector at our church, and I would have to get up to the lectern and do the readings on Sunday for the congregation. Another way is that I have been asked to give talks on some women's retreats that are done through our church. And the third way is being when I was the fundraising director for our youth group at church, I would have to give talks in front of groups to explain to them, what it was the kids needed, what we were doing, and how they could help us. And those are some strong points in my favor. But along with that, there is some weaknesses that I have to deal with in my public speaking. I have three of those weaknesses. The first one is I sometimes do not rehearse very well. I just, instead of going over it several times, I'll go through it maybe a couple things and think I've got it. The second thing is that I have always written my speeches out in long form and wanted to give them verbatim. In doing that, it doesn't allow me enough eye contact with my audience. And the third way is sometimes my hand gestures get away from me when I'm talking, and I'll have to work on ways to get that under control. But with these weaknesses, there are ways that I can improve on those. And there's three of those, and one way I can do that is through rehearsing more. And I can do that either in front of a mirror or just ask a person to sit and let me go through my talk over and over again until I've kind of gotten it a little bit. The second way is, instead of going from a written form, is using an outline in my talks. And that way it'll allow me to have a little more eye contact with my audience. And the final way is to come up with ideas that I can use to keep my hand gestures to a minimum. Sometimes, maybe something in my pocket that I can rub on would help me. And in concluding, having had those experiences that I did has gained me a whole lot of confidence in being able to speak in front of people. But as I said, there are some weaknesses, such as rehearsing or using my hand gestures. There are ways that I can work on these: rehearsing more, working from an outline, and working on my hand gestures. Thank you all.
Good, it was. And we didn't laugh.
No, you can comment. It's okay.
One thing like on